I'm going to be starting my last year of college this upcoming fall, and I wanted to share some things you should know before starting your next year of college. It isn't as scary as people make it seem, and it's way more manageable than high school in my opinion. For me, it was honestly a huge relief going from high school to college. It's just a way more free experience, and you're treated as an adult for the first time in your life. Me personally, I would redo college before I ever went back to high school. It's less work as a whole depending on your major, and it's more rewarding since you're actually working towards something. So, even though you're getting a diploma in high school, that's kind of like the bare minimum. So, I'm going to be sharing 8 things you should know before starting college. First thing I want to get into is enrolling in your courses as early as you can. During my first year, I wasn't able to do this because during orientation, that was when all of the freshmen were signing up for classes, while everyone else had already enrolled like 3 months prior to us. So there were limited spots on like different classes, and my schedule was all over the place during that time. And after that, I made it like my goal to enroll in as soon as registration opened, and it made a huge difference. When you're one of the first people to choose your classes, you can build your schedule however you want. You can also pick the professors you want and avoid the ones you don't. Seats fill up pretty fast and you don't want to get waitlisted, and if you need to make any changes to your schedule, you can do it without any penalties if you do it early on. So the second your enrollment date opens up, you got to do it like ASAP. So the second thing I want to talk about is Rate My Professor. It's a website where you can look up any professor at any college and see ratings and reviews from students who have taken their classes before. It's based on a 5-star rating, and I use it every single time before I enroll in a class. I didn't know about it before my first semester, but once I found out, I never enrolled without checking it first. It helps you figure out which professors are worth taking and which ones to avoid. And the reviews are pretty reliable. People will tell you exactly how the class runs, how much work there is, and whether the professor is helpful or not. One time for registration, I saw a review that said, "Do anything else but take this professor. If it's your last resort, don't even take them." And I fuck with that because past students are looking out for you. So just make sure to always check Rate My Professor before you lock in a class. Third thing I want to get into is prioritizing your general education courses. If you're undeclared or still figuring out what you want to major in, use that time to knock out your GEs first. A lot of these classes are just filler. They're just things you got to get out of the way as part of your college requirements. My advice is just to get them done early as you can so you don't have to worry about them later on when you have major coursework, which gets a lot heavier and a lot more difficult. Another reason to do this early is because a lot of GE classes are easier and you can use them to boost your GPA while you're actually still trying to figure out everything and what kind of major you want to major in or what classes you want to pick for the next semester. So you can just take those early on and it'll look good on your transcript and set yourself up for later. The fourth thing I want to get into is using tutoring to your advantage. Like just sending off the top of my head, you can go to your professor's office hours. They usually hold them once or twice a week and you can drop in whenever you want and ask whatever questions you need. You can email your professor too, although some of them take a while to respond. There's also tutoring available at their library where you make an appointment and have someone help you with whatever class you're struggling in. And I don't know if every school offers this, but my school has a 24/7 online tutoring. So if it's late and you need help with something, you can drop in and have someone walk you through it. I haven't used it myself, but it's there. So use whatever you need. There's no reason to struggle alone when you have all these resources available to you. The fifth part I want to get into is get familiar with your campus resources. Getting familiar with what your campus actually offers is really important because most students go through their entire college experience without using half of it, and that's a waste. Your tuition is already paying for a lot of these things, so you might as well take advantage of it. But to be specific, I'm talking about tutoring centers, the library, career services, counseling, financial aid advising, student success centers, and a lot of that comes with the college experience. So schools have a lot of campus employment opportunities and events that students don't even know about. The career services alone can help you build your resume, find internships, and connect you with employers before you even graduate. And if there's times where you feel overwhelmed mentally, a lot of campuses have counseling available at no extra cost. But the sooner you learn what your school has to offer, the better off you're going to be. Number 6 is going to be taking advantage of student discounts and student benefits. Please make sure to take advantage of any student discounts and benefits that you are offered because there are a lot more than you probably realize. So for example, right now I'm paying $4.99 a month for Spotify when usually, actually $5.99 now since they upped the price. But usually it's like $11 or $12, I forgot. But you're paying half of that with just putting your student email in. Same thing for Amazon. I was basically getting half off there as well. I got Amazon Prime just for like a year, but I still paid half off for Prime and the Prime Video was included, so it's a pretty good benefit. So yeah, things like Spotify, Apple Music, Adobe Creative Cloud, Amazon Prime, A lot of these are either free or way cheaper with the EDU email. Some stores and restaurants will give you a discount just for showing your student ID, so it's always worth asking. When you're in college and money is tight, there's no reason to be paying full price for stuff you can get for less. And also just check what your school specifically offers, because a lot of campuses have deals and subscriptions built in, and a lot of students don't even know about it. The seventh thing I want to talk about is applying for scholarships and grants. And if you're eligible, fill out your FAFSA. So FAFSA depends on like how much money your parents are making or how much money you're making yourself. Some people are eligible, some people are not, but it could be free money that you can apply for whatever expenses you need to cover in college. There are millions of dollars in scholarships that go unclaimed every year just because nobody applied. That's free money sitting there, and a lot of students just never look at it or take the time to really apply for those scholarships. And scholarships aren't just for students with like high grades or high GPAs. There are scholarships based on your major, your background, hobbies, where you're from, like all kinds of that criteria. And the difference between a scholarship and a loan is you don't have to pay it back. Your school's financial aid office is a good place to start because a lot of colleges have their own scholarships that not many students apply for, which means your chances are better than what you think. Websites like scholarship.com are pretty good. That one's worth checking out. Even the smaller ones add up, like just $500, $200 scholarships. And a lot of them are renewable every year, so you can reapply. At least that's what I've been doing. I've gotten multiple grants and a few scholarships, and they renew every year. So I just use that money to pay off any expenses I have for college. So just take the time to fill out these scholarships, look for them online, and that's free money you're leaving on the table if you're not really going after them. And the eighth and last thing I want to talk about is start applying for internships earlier than you think you need to. A lot of students put this off until senior year, and by that point, you're already behind. Ideally, you want to start looking junior year, but sophomore year it's not too early either, but junior year is like the target year where many people are looking for, like, interns. Internships do way more than just look good on a resume. They give you real world experience in your field. They help you figure out what you actually want to do after you graduate. And it helps build connections with people already in the industry that you're trying to get into. A lot of companies also use their internship programs to hire full-time employees, so getting in early puts you in a good spot down the line. So I recommend checking your school's career services page, go to career fairs, look on LinkedIn, and Indeed's not that good, but LinkedIn is where you'll find most of those opportunities at. And don't be afraid to reach out directly to companies that you're interested in. The worst they can say is no. And I'll be real, the job market and internship market, it's really competitive, so apply to as many as you can and just don't wait around. You miss all the shots you don't take, so you might just not apply to one that you don't think you're going to get, when in reality you might get it, so you never know. So yeah, those are the 8 things that I wish I knew before I started college. I'm glad I know all of this now, but I would have been even better off knowing it from day one. So if you're starting your first semester or your first year, hopefully this helped. But yeah, that's all. Later.